everybody.
Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi Annie.
Tonight, Rabbi Ari is here to help lead us in worship. But he has no voice.
Very minimal voice.
And he's here anyway because that's how awesome he is. But that means that we all have a job to do, and that is to raise our voices in song and prayer. And we're so lucky to have such a musical congregation. Rabbi Ari, we're going to show you that you are our leader, but you do not sing solo. Tonight we will carry you and carry each other as we enter into this space that I don't know about you, but I feel like I so desperately need this week and frankly every week. So we come together. We're delighted to have guests with us tonight from Holy Covenant, right? Methodist Church. We're delighted to resume these visits that were on pause for a couple of years. And I'm just so happy to see each and every one of you so that we can join together in prayer. Our opening song is not very complicated. It has 4 words, Yai Lalai, Shabbat Shalom. So let's join together.
Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la la ya la 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 ya la la ya la 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 ya la ya la ya la 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 ya la 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la la We continue with our candle blessing, and I'd like to invite Corinne Stolnicker, who is our Temple Youth Group advisor, and Ben Solomon, who's a member of our Temple Youth Group board, to come forward to lead us in the candle lighting blessing. You can follow along on page 2.
Asher Kitshanu v'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you both. So we welcome Shabbat, the way we would welcome a bride, with the words of L'Chadodi on pages 20 and 21. We'll join together in singing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9.
Lecha lecha dodi.
Likrat likrat kala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela. La 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 la. Lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Shalom Zachor b'divor echad, Yishmi Hanuel Hameyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'Shem u'tiferet v'litchi la 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 l'chadodi, Likrat likrat kala, Penei penei Shabbat nekabela la 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 la, L'chad l'chad Shalom atet bala, gam besimcha uvetzala, tov emuneam segula, boi kala, lacha lacha dodi, ligra kala, pene pene shabbat nekabela la la la, lacha lacha dodi, ligra kala, pene pene shabbat nekabela la 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 la, lacha dodi, ligra kala, pene pene shabbat nekabela, lacha lacha dodi, ligra kala, pene pene shabbat nekabela.
We have welcomed Shabbat. Now we turn to the people around us with greetings of Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi R.
Thank you so much. You're amazing. Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Welcome. Shabbat Shalom. That's good. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Welcome. Please be seated. We continue on page 26, and I'd like to invite Ian and William Stolniker to come forward to help lead us in our worship tonight. Yeah. Except try to add these in. I'll help you. Don't worry.
Okay.
We got this.
Yikadal v'yikadash shemei Rabba B'yama divrachirte v'yamlik malchute B'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'hayedecho Beit Yisrael Ba'gala uv'izman karif v'meru amen Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevorach Le'olam Olam Me'amaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitale V'yitala Shemei Dekudusha Brichu Le'ela Mikol Birchata V'shirata Tushbehata v'ne'emata damiran be'alma v'meru amen. Baruhu, our call to worship is on page 28. Please rise.
Find additional English words in your handouts.
Ya la 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 la.
Can you hear my heart?
together on page 30.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bivaro ma'ariv aravim, v'chokma poteach she'arim, u'vivuna mishaneh itim, u'mahalif et hazmanim, u'msader et hakochavim, b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono, borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or, u'ma'avir yom u'mevi layla, u'ma'avdil bein yom u'vein layla, Adonai Tzevaot Shemo, El Chai v'Kayam, Tamid yimlok aleinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim.
We read together on the bottom of page 32. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
We turn to whatever.
We turn the page for the Shema.
The note for you to say is that you sing that.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Please be seated. Please turn to page 36.
We continue with the Ve'ahavta, you shall love. The English words are on your handout.
Do you want to do this next?
And you shall love the Lord
Your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And these words which I command you on this day shall be in your heart, shall be in your heart, shall be in your heart. And you shall teach them diligently unto your children. You shall speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, and when you rise up, and when you rise up, and when you rise up. And you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and they shall be for frontlets between your eyes. And you shall write them on the doorposts of your house, and upon your gates, and upon your gates, and upon your gates.
we read responsibly on page 39. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth.
The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love.
From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way.
Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces.
Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed.
Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea.
Mi Hamoha is on page 40.
Page 43.
And then join in song for the last Hebrew line.
Give us
A place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah, atah Adonai, haporeh sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Baruch atah, Adonai, haporeh sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo. Ve'al Yerushalayim shalom. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo. Ve'al Yerushalayim shalom. Baruch atah, atah Adonai, haporeh sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael.
Vishamru is on page 44.
Bisham. Woo!
Vishamru.
The central prayer of worship is on pages 46, 44, 46, 48, and 50. Please rise.
We start on 46. I wrote the wrong page down there, William. Yeah, that's my bad. 46, 48, 50, and 52. Sorry about that, honey. Don't write on Shabbat. No. We'll do that later. later.
You learn something new every day.
Yes, you too. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Elohim, Preponei Hakol, V'Zocher Chastei Avot v'Imahot, U'Mevi Gula Livnei V'Neihem, L'Ma'an Shemo B'Ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, V'Ezras Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai.
Mashiv haruach umorid hagashem. Mechapel chayim lechesed. Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim. Shomech novlim berofeh holim. Umatir asurim. Umekayem emunato. Lishenei afar. Mihamocha bal gevurot. Umido melech. Melech meimid umechavei. Umasmiach Yeshua. V'ne'emanat halachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai mechayei hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh. Ukdoshim b'chol yom yehalalu chasecha. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
Please be seated. We continue on page 55. May these hours of
Rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day, and may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Please turn to page 57. Ever-present one, may we, your people Israel, be worthy in our deeds and our prayers. Wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion restored, in all lands, you are our God, whom alone we serve in reverence. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otecha levadcha beyira na'avod.
Please turn to page 59. God of goodness, we
give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot.
Shalom Rav, our prayer for peace is on page 60.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. 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 Ki atahu melech hadon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech hadon lechol hashalom. Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael. V'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom
for silent prayer.
Ose Shalom,
Bimruma Fuyase Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Yisrael Ve'imeru Amen. Ose Shalom Bimruma Fuyase Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Yisrael Ve'imeru Amen. Ose Shalom Bimromav Fuyase Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Yisrael Ve'imeru Amen. Ose Shalom Bimromav Fuyase Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Yisrael Ve'imeru Amen. We continue now with Seder Kriyat HaTorah, the service for the reading of Torah, on page 248, where we find our next prayer. I'd like to invite Haley and Jared Yannick to come forward to open the ark, Diane Adler to carry the Torah, and everyone else to please rise. Ose Shalom Bimromav Fuyase Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Yisrael Ve'imeru Amen. We now join together in the words of Shema, the watchword of our faith. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonai Kadosh Shemo Gadlul Adonai Iti Uneram Shemo Yachdav
hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Go and Shabbat, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Go and Shabbat, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Please be seated. Rabbi Ari, you are amazing. And I'm so grateful to you.
Don't feel it.
And I'm so grateful to our congregation tonight for singing so beautifully. Yes, A+. Seriously, it's awesome. Okay, so I'm reading Torah tonight, and it's a little odd, to be honest, that I'm reading Torah for this week's portion. Because this week's portion is really challenging. I don't know how else to put it. We're in Parshat Shmini, and this is the Torah portion. Wasn't this one of your kids? It's Ben's Torah portion at his bar mitzvah. And this is a portion that is filled with the laws of keeping kosher. So if you want to know what we are allowed or not allowed to eat, it's all in this portion. I'll answer that question later. What is kosher? Kosher means appropriate, and it means it's appropriate for us to eat. So, for example, pigs? No. Cows? Yes. Giraffes? Yes, that's correct. That is the only right answer. But technically they are kosher. Which is, I don't know how you would. Anyway, moving on. We don't have to have that conversation. But before the kashrut laws is a really exciting moment when the priests who have been told for the past 9 chapters of Leviticus how to conduct the sacrifices, they actually go and do it. They do the first sacrifices at the temple. And y'all, it's amazing. Like, it is so powerful, and all of the people Israel are moved, and they sing out, and they fall on their faces, which biblically is, a word to say they were overwhelmed and moved in prayer. And it seems like everything is perfect. God said, build me a tabernacle, a mishkan, do these sacrifices, and you will know me. And that's exactly what happens. It's beautiful. And then Aaron's 2 sons, Nadav and Avihu, he has 4 sons, and these are the 2 older ones, they offer what the Torah says is alien or strange fire, and God consumes them in flame. Yeah. Well, it was bad. It's not clear really what happened because their bodies were still there, but what is clear is that they died. And Norma, when I said that, I saw you go, ugh, right? So, which is kind of, I think, the appropriate reaction when we come upon this story. Now, academically, I could tell you that our scholars think that this story is in the Torah as a warning to the priests. The whole book of Leviticus is a priest's guidebook, and so there's sort of a message of, but if you get it wrong, which is appropriate, except that if the priests get it wrong, they'll be consumed in a fiery flame. So, that's harsher than if you break the rules, I'll take away your phone. It's a little bit harsher than that. And so I actually don't want to, I think that's valid. I think that's an important acknowledgement. But I actually don't want to provide any explanations for this episode. Because first of all, I don't understand it. But secondly, there's so much about life and what happens in life that I don't understand. There are losses and tragedies, and it is so much in our nature as humans to try to fill the pain of those losses with explanations or words or things to soothe. And actually, Moses does that in the Torah. When his nephews are killed, Moses says, which I don't get it. Moses said, this is what the Lord meant when God said, through those near to me, I show myself holy and assert my authority before all the people. It is a terrible translation, but it's not too far off in that Moses is like stumbling to offer something to his brother Aaron that will offer peace. But it's sort of like saying to somebody who lost someone they loved, this is God's plan. When my stepmother died, one of her friends sent me a card that said, if this is God's plan, God's a really bad planner. Except for rainbows and pandas, those things are good. But I thought that was a very real card to receive. It was honest, because we like to give explanations, but sometimes things are inexplicable and not understandable. And when Moses says these words, Aaron is silent, because sometimes silence is the only way to respond. A few years ago, I read a book called Everything Happens for a Reason and Other Lies I've Loved by a woman named Kate Bowler. She just came out with another book called No Cure for Being Human, which I read on the plane ride over spring break. And it was good, y'all. And in the back, she has a list. And on one side, it says things people say, and then on the other side is a more complicated truth. And I wanted to share some of them. Make a bucket list, things people say. This is what she was told when she was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. A life is never finished, even when it's over. Carpe diem. Seize the day. She says, I mean, yes, unless you need a nap. Let go and let God. God loves you, but won't do your taxes. No, make every moment count. Life is unpredictable. You're a person, not a certified accountant. Nothing is wasted. We lose every day, she says, which is why we will never have enough endless love, endless friends, and endless carbs. Everything happens for a reason. We must learn to face uncertainty with courage. And last but not least, you are invincible. She says, there's no cure for being human. So we're going to be human together as we touch on this very challenging Torah portion, and we'll leave space for discomfort and also leave space for complicated truths. For the Aliyah, did I ask anyone to do the Aliyah? Norma, do you want to do the Aliyah? No. Does anybody want to do the Aliyah? Jim? No? No. Diane, you carried the Torah. Chava's volunteering. Okay, Chava, please come up. Tamad, Chava Bat, Miriam Moshe, Lalia Torah. I'll show you where we are.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam.
Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato, Baruch atah Adonai, noten ha'Torah.
Thank you. Amen. Vayisa Haron et yadav el ha'am, vayivarchem, vayered me'asod ha'hatat ve'ha'olah ve'hashlamim. Vayavo Moshe ve'Aharon el moed, vayetzu vayivarchu et ha'am, vayira'eh kavod Adonai el kol ha'am. Vatekse esh milifnei Adonai, vatochal al hamizbeach et haolah vet hachalavim, vayar kol ha'am vayaronu vayiplu al pneihem, vayikchu v'nei Aharon, Nadav ve'avihu ish machtato, vayinu v'ham esh vayasimu aleha ketoret, vayakrivu livnei Adonai esh sarah asher lo ksiva otam. Vateksesh milifnei Adonai vatochal otam, vayamutu lifnei Adonai. Vayomer Moshe el Aharon, hu asher diber Adonai lemor bigrovai ekadesh ve'al pnei chol ha'am ekabed, vayidom Aharon.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen. Chava, would you read the English, or
Sure.
you can say no?
I can, sure.
Okay, so I
Show me
read
where I'm reading.
chapter 9, verse 20 through 10, verse 3.
Okay, beautiful. Aaron lifted his hands towards the people and blessed them, and he stepped down after offering the sin offering, the burnt offering, and the offering of well-being. Moses and Aaron then went inside the tent meeting. When they came out, they blessed the people, and the presence of the Lord appeared to all the people. Fire came forth from before the Lord and consumed the burnt offering and the fat parts of the altar. And all the people saw and shouted and fell on their faces. Now Aaron's sons, Nadav and Abihu, each took his fire pan, put fire in it, and laid incense on it. And they offered before the Lord alien fire, which he had not enjoined upon them. And the fire came forth from the Lord and consumed them. Thus they died at the instance of the Lord. Then Moses said to Aaron, "This is what the Lord meant when he said, through those near to me, I show myself holy and assert my authority before all the people." And Aaron was silent. Moses.
That's it. That's all I read. Thank you.
That's it.
Yeah. Thank you, Chava. Yasher Koach, Chava. Let's continue now on page 253, where we find our Mishaberach prayer, our prayer for healing. And with the Torah still before us, we take a moment and think of all of those people in our congregation who are in need of healing. Joan Adler, Lenore Adler, Sue Barish, James Berry, Pam Deakins, Emily Diamond, DeVay Diodati, Bill Ellis, Ralph Gardner, Joyce Gardner, Steve Geis, Marnie Goldman, Rachel Helene, Cheryl Kamish, Marshall Kramer, Helene Kramer, Sally Levy, Gail Levinton, Faith Lewis, Rena Masarwi and family, Mary Meyerson, Janie Muniz, Leah Nicaron, Esther Nicaron, Father Lance Owsley, Carol Osterman, Florence Osterman, Tracy Patton, Rabbi Lori Phillips, Rabbi Marcia Prager, Mike Rawls, Joan Rich, Keith Salome, Stephanie Schuler, Margot Seckler, Betty Sechelle, Debbie Simon, Selma Silverberg, Reese Sullivan, and hold all of these people along with all the people in our online community in our hearts and prayers as we raise our voice, middle of 253. May God, who is the source of all our blessings, please be a source of healing to all those in need. Together we say, Amen. We continue now on page 252 with the lifting and dressing of Torah. I'd like to invite Michelle Deanna Miller to once again come forward to dress the Torah. Aryeh Grossman will be lifting the Torah. And I'd like to invite Haley and Jared to once again come forward to open the ark doors. And I'd like to invite everyone else to please rise. It's even balanced. Oh. You got it? Bezot HaTorah Asher Sam Moshe Lifnei Bnei Yisrael Al Pi Adonai B'yad Moshe.
It is a tree
of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy.
Shalom, 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 shalom. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, all its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast, all its supporters are happy. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, 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 shalom.
We continue now on pages 282, 284, and 287 with the words of Aleinu, page 282. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latei gdula liotzer breshit. Adama, Shelo Sam Halkenu Kahem, Vegor Aleinu Kechol Hamonam, Banachnu Kol, Lift Shehu note shamayim be'yosed haaretz, u'moshav yikaro b'shamayim mima'al, u'shchinatu zol begov hem eromim, hu Eloheinu einod, hem emokenu efesulato, kakatu b'torato, v'edat hayom b'hashevota elevavecha, ki Adonai hua Elohim b'shamayim mima'al, ve'al haaretz mitachat einod v'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. Please be seated. We read together on the bottom of page 291. There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light, long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. And so we remember at their yahrzeit, their anniversary of passing, Barbara Lee Adler, daughter of Joan Adler, Alan Cookson, husband of Elizabeth Cookson, Harry Feingold, father of Joyce Berger, Josh Gardner, father of Andrew Gardner, Richard Allen Gibson, father of Frank Gibson, Marcia Goldman, mother of Faith Lewis, Leo Marmelstein, father of Spencer Marmelstein, Ruth Mitchell, mother of Betty Sichel, Masha Schrand, mother of Cecil Schrand, Dina Frindle Stupak, mother of Ellen Shaw, Phyllis Tomas, mother of Cynthia Guidry. And we also remember we hold all of these people in our hearts along with our own beloved dead as we turn to page 294 and rise as one congregation for Kaddish Yatom, Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'alma divrach urte v'yamlich malchute, b'chayechon uvyomechon uchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'gala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mevorach le'olam u'amei amaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yit hadar v'yit aleh v'yit halal shemei de kudsha brechu, le'la min kol birchata v'shirata, tishbechata v'nechemata, Damiran be'alma ve'imru, amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, ve'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, huya seh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, amen. May God, who is our source of peace, send peace to all who mourn, and comfort each and every one of us who remembers. Together we say, amen. Please be seated. We come together as a community to uplift one another in times of need, and we come together as a community to celebrate together in times of joy. So representing all that our community is, I'm delighted that Barry Solomon is here to share some greetings and announcements.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We are
Shabbat
delighted
Shalom.
you could be here tonight, and especially like to welcome the new members and guests who are with us tonight. We'd like to extend a very warm welcome to the Holy Covenant United Methodist Confirmation class and their families who are with us this evening. Please join us for Sinai out tomorrow night at Lasagna House on Westheimer and Eldridge from 5:30 to 7:30. Everyone is welcome. Mitzvah Day is this Sunday, March 27th, and we'd love for all of you to join us. More details to follow. Please see the weekly shofar in our school news. You can use emails. Join Temple Sinai starting at 11 a.m. on Sunday, March 27th after Mitzvah Day at Dog House, 1097 Enclave Parkway at Eldridge for lunch. Mention Temple Sinai and we get 20% of total sales, including alcohol.
It's going to
We
be
can
a
all
really
do
good
that.
mitzvah day.
All the proceeds will go to the Ukraine relief. Temple Sinai is in community partnership with the Houston Jewish Film Festival. We have chosen to partner for the movie Space Torah, which will be taking place on Wednesday, March 30th at 7 p.m. at the main Jewish Community Center. This movie will be available via Zoom and in person. We have 6 complimentary tickets available for those who would like to go in person. Please contact Hava Galoa via email. We are having our second night Passover Seder on Saturday, April 16th at 6 p.m. We are having the Seder catered this year, so you will need to RSVP by April 6th, and you will need to pay in advance. Please see the flyer on the table outside the sanctuary and check our weekly shofar for more details. Join Hava for lunch and learn on Thursdays at noon. You can reach out to her directly for the Zoom link. If you shared someone's name for Kaddish, please let the family know by sending them a Kaddish card. In addition, if you said a Mishpareach, the healing prayer for someone tonight, please feel free to send them a Mishpareach card. Again, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you so much, Barry. Let's take a minute and offer blessings to one another. You can find our blessings on page 299. We'll start by blessing our sons. Blessing our sons. So, parents, this is we actually like put our hands on kids' heads or cuddle with them when we offer blessings. So if you have a son here, and then we'll do daughters. So go ahead and you can put your hand forward, or kids, you can go by your parent, whatever's comfortable, you know. And we bless our sons. Yesimcha Elohim Kephraim v'chim Nashet. May God make you like Ephraim and Manasseh. And we bless our daughters next. Yesimech Elohim Kesara Rivka Rachel Leah. May God make you like Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. And we gather all those we love in blessings. We reach hands together if we're comfortable holding hands. We reach hands forward. Someone grab my dad's hand. If we're not sitting next to anybody, we can, okay, oh wow, this is beautiful. You can send out energy. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless and protect us all. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha. May God's light shine on us and be gracious and kind to us all. Yisa Adonai panav lecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God's presence be with each and every one of us, filling our lives with meaning, with the ability to hold silence, and above all, with peace. And together we say,
Amen.
Amen, amen, and amen. I want to give just one more thank you to Rabbi Ari, who, wow, you're just amazing.
It's all y'all.
And also everybody tonight who's raising their voices in song, thank you for keeping me on key. So, yes, you did it. So let's join together now in our closing song on page 353. Ode Yavo Shalom. We're still saying these prayers for peace, for us, for the world, for the people of Ukraine, the innocent people in Russia, for the whole world. Ode Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Ode Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Ode Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Ode Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Ode Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Ode Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, Shalom, Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, Shalom. Ode Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Ode Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Ode Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Ode Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Ode Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Ode Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, Shalom, Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, Shalom. Ode Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Ode Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Ode Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Ode Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Ode Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Ode Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We'll join together for Kiddush and Motzi in the hallway.